Whee! Throw up now. What's going on, everybody? This is Tanner from TannerandBaseballFan.com. Wanted to talk a little bit about rainbows, like the whole concept of rainbows. I'm going to show you some things. First of all, a rainbow that I just recently completed, a rainbow that I have added several customs on to lengthen this already crazy rainbow. And we're also going to talk a little bit about rainbows in other fandoms. And so I've got examples I want to show you. I guess let me talk about, first of all, my thoughts on this, because I've really had a lot of time to think about this sort of thing. As far as rainbows go, like even going back like years and years and years ago, I remember an episode, a magazine issue rather, of Beckett Monthly, where I think I saw somebody that had multiple, let's see if I remember this, multiple autographs of Ken Griffey Jr. or something. And I was thinking, that's weird. Why would somebody need more than one autograph of a player? And I wonder if that's kind of how people think of us now, like as collectors, when they think like, why do you have hundreds of an autograph of like one single player or something? That just seems kind of weird. Maybe that's how it is with people. That I don't know. But I do remember me personally growing up, seeing that issue, just thinking, this guy must be like a millionaire if he has multiple Ken Griffey Jr. autographs. But also, why would you want so many of them? Why don't you just need one? Fast forward 2022, we have been in this collecting environment for years and years and years now, where they create rainbows of everything. It's just standard protocol now. And rightfully so, because it's a good business move, because they found out that there's something within us as collectors that we feel like we got to catch them all. We've got to get like the regular, the out of 500, the out of 250, the out of 199. And before I go any further, let me kind of talk a little bit about what a rainbow is. I feel like I kind of assume that everybody knows what I'm talking about, but there are a lot of new collectors that are coming into the hobby now. So I'll just spend a second on what this is. A rainbow, whenever somebody's talking about a rainbow, they're talking about a single card, like let's say, for instance, a 2018 Topps Albert Pujols, okay? They're not just going to have one card. They're going to have different colored borders sometimes. You might see a gold one that's numbered out of 2018. You might have a refractor that's numbered out of 500. You might have a sepia refractor that's numbered out of 250. You might have an atomic refractor that's numbered out of only 5. You might also have a superfractor, which is numbered 1 of 1. So there's only one of them out there. And that's like the ultimate chase card for an Albert Pujols collector, right? So they do that for every player in pretty much almost every set now. And they even have sometimes multiple rainbows. And some of them are jumbos of the same card or minis of the same card. And it makes the hunt really fun. You have the thrill of the hunt factor there for sure. And also, to make things even more interesting, you have certain cards that are released in certain products. Some of them might be released in hobby boxes. Some of them might be released in retail boxes or blaster boxes or Walmart exclusives or Target exclusives. Back in the day, like Toys R Us exclusives. There's so many different types. And for some reason, as collectors, we've really kind of attached ourselves to that mentality of, man, it would be so cool to grab the entire run. As a Conseco Super collector, years ago, I used to go after every single rainbow that I could. And the problem was, when it came to rainbows, a number of the cards themselves were cards I didn't really care about. Like, for instance, Topps Tribute. They might have a beautiful purple and green and orange and yellow, but like the sepia or a black and white or whatever might just look meh. But you feel like you have to get those also to get the complete rainbow. Another thing is also, when you're going after a rainbow, the ultimate heartbreak is when you do the entire rainbow run and you're down to the 1 of 1 and it gets away from you. You're like, oh, why couldn't I just get that one? But in any event, I'm going to show you my rainbow that I just completed with a little bit of story behind it. I also want to show you a muscle figure rainbow and a transformer rainbow. So this apparently, this mentality has kind of not just been contained in baseball cards themselves, which is pretty interesting. So let's kind of show off my table here of what I'm going to show, all kinds of fun little toys and cards and everything. We'll start off up here, and this is not like the full quote-unquote rainbow, but this is an Optimus Prime rainbow from New Age. New Age is a company that makes what's called Legends figure transformers. So this is the electroplated version of Optimus Prime, I believe. You can see it's like very small, but very, very incredible. It's a super incredible piece. The engineering is absolutely marvelous. This is what that turns into, by the way. So you see it's small, and this is a purple version. Then you have the gray version. This is a really pretty kind of, let me wonder if I could do like a flash on this here. Let me see real quick. I don't know if this will help. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's got a real pretty finish on the green. It's like almost like a sparkle metallic kind of deal. But that's the nickname of it is Toxitron or whatever, which is really neat. And so some of them have trailers, some of them don't. Here's the gold version. Let's see if I get it's really classy looking. It's already getting dust. Got so much dust in here. And then you have the black version. The black version is really cool because it comes with a cape also. I haven't done anything with it yet, but it comes with a cape and like a red sword, so he looks like a Darth Vader, which is really kind of neat. And then we have, this is a Shiny Magnus. So this, by the way, is Ultra Magnus. That's what it's called, where this part's basically Optimus Prime, and this forms all around him to create something like this. And this is a guy called Delta Magnus, which is basically a blue Optimus Prime with more armor, which is really a neat guy. Then back here you have hanging out this clear Optimus Prime, and I got a little Bumblebee guy in there. Let me pull that guy out and I'll show you. Come on, Bumblebee. There we go. So you got Bumblebee there. Have like Cliff Jumper over here too, by the way, so they transform, which is really kind of a neat deal. And by the way, Bumblebee's got a number of rainbow figures as well. This is the clear one. Again, magnificently engineered, incredibly fun transformation. So put that guy up in there, and let me show you guys real quick what this gold one does. And all these do the same thing, but yeah, Beckett loves messing with these guys, by the way, of course, as do I. But anyways, take a look at this. Okay, so here's the gold trailer that's opened, and then you have Roller. This is Beckett's favorite guy for some reason. He likes Roller, the only one that doesn't transform. It's really kind of funny. But anyways, like it's just a fun set. But like I said, they did all of these different versions, and there's a handful of others. A couple of them I have coming in as well, of Optimus Prime. And never in a million years would I have thought that I would have gotten a rainbow set of Transformers. Like, my mindset was, again, why would you need more than one Optimus Prime? Well, then New Age comes out with this, and okay, now I get it. So anyways, let me show you another piece here as well. Okay, so every rainbow needs a chase figure, right? So take a look at this. This is what I like to call my Glowbot. It is a lucky draw Optimus Prime, and lucky draw means that it is numbered out of 50. Actually, I have two of these. Here's what a sealed one looks like, which is really, really cool. This was my grail piece. Okay, so, and by the way, just to give you an idea, out of like a Transformer that's where only 50 pieces are made is wildly different than a Transformer or a baseball card that has 50. Like, this is highly, highly, highly desirable. Yeah, I love this guy. So we have all of these here. And by the way, lucky draws are typically only released in China. And so none of them ever hardly make them here in the States. But, you know, again, the draw to get a rainbow is huge. I wanted to wait another week or two for some of the other guys to come in, but you know, I figure I might as well just have enough to do a video here. But anyways, let me show you what this looks like glowing. Okay, so I'm doing this in the bathroom here. So we have, here he is now. Here's what he looks like. Now let's turn the lights off. How unbelievably cool is that, guys? This is so neat. It glows so nicely. Anyways, and that's one of the main reasons why I love this stuff, is I'm just a sucker for glow-in-the-dark stuff. But especially Transformers, whew, look out. Okay, so that is one fandom of mine that I just cannot get enough of, which, by the way, you know, the same thing goes for, let me see if I can find them down here. Same thing goes for various other Transformers as well. It's not just Optimus Prime and Bumblebee. I'm looking down here to see if I can find, okay, here we go. So yeah, take a look at this. So this is the same for Starscream. So you've got the clear one. I think they call it Ghost of Starscream because you can see through it. Then you look up here, you've got the battle damaged one that transforms, and then you've got the Shazam version. It's actually Thundercracker, but it's, you know, same old. And then you have the gold version of this as well. I just haven't messed with it yet. So anyway, going forward, let me show you something else. Okay, so if you're a child of the 80s, you probably remember these muscle action figures. Millions of unusual small creatures lurking everywhere. I'm going to pop this top, and once I do, be warned, you will smell them, and it will bring back all kinds of memories. Oh yeah, that's good stuff. Pulls out. This is like an employee archive sample. It was already open, so there's a couple sealed cans I have here too, but I just wanted to kind of give you an idea of what they look like. You remember these guys, right? You remember these guys. So the most desirable regular production one version is the Claw. So let me kind of show you what that looks like here. And this is, by the way, keep in mind, 1985. Okay, this is when they came out, 1985. So this is what the Flesh Claw looked like. You have the little guy there. Everybody in school wanted this. Yeah, it's a big deal of a piece, and you know, normally a lot of these flesh guys will go for about $1 each. This will typically go for 20. You know, the flesh version. It's not rarer. It's just it's more desirable. And so, anyways, the next series they did different colors. So you also have light blue, regular blue, orange. Let's see if I can turn on red, green, salmon, and last but not least, the absolute grail of all production run muscle figures, the Purple Claw. This is extremely hard to find. This is, like I said, the holy grail of muscle figures outside of, you know, some prototypes and everything. It is a very big deal of a piece. And this one actually, the last one, I had sold one. The last one I sold was for $1,300, to give you an idea, for a little piece of plastic. You know, it's crazy, but that's how desirable it is. And these other colors aren't as desirable. I think last salmon went for a couple $100, and I think the others typically go for between 50 and 100 or so that are not flesh. And the flesh, like I said, goes for 20. So that's that rainbow. And it's a very desirable rainbow to complete, of course. And a lot of people, not too many people, have 7 of the 8. Hardly anybody has all 8. So anyways, you also can extend your rainbow by getting a sealed can that has a claw in it. And you can see the claw poking up at the top there. Same with the sealed color can. And you see there's a light blue claw in there. Also a 4-pack. This is a 50-50 where there's 50% flesh, 50% color. And you see the claw poking out there on the front. I also have a full flesh pack with the claw. So, there's a way to extend the rainbows. And, you mainly have people that typically go for just these. But to have a sealed color can, a sealed flesh can, and then, sealed 4-packs with them, that's just another way to kind of make it more fun. And also, I actually had a friend that did that sent me a custom. So here's a custom black one. It doesn't look like, the finish doesn't look anything like a real one. You can tell it's 3D printed, but it's so cool. Just a neat little display piece. My favorite of the customs, though, has got to be this guy here. And by the way, the claw is a massive deal, guys. They've done all kinds of different colors and customs and reissues. These are all original, by the way, but t-shirts that have the claw on it, everything. I did a bunch of memes with the claw. Like the claw is a really big deal, but this guy is a 6-inch custom claw. And whoops, just dropped Optimus Prime. But let me show you why this is so cool as well. Okay, here we are in the bathroom again. So I think you know where this is going. Check this out. Glow in the dark blue. How cool is that? It's like the size of my hand. Love it. So much fun to play with. Just such a cool thing. Such a cool thing. Okay, so now we have the lights down low for these colors to pop. And let me tell you a story. This is the main event. This is a story about 2019 Panini Prism. Several months after I decided to stop going specifically for Canseco cards, and I sold out a lot of his stuff, of course. I've since come back and gotten some other things I really love. But I decided to go in on 2019 Prism because there were 27 different parallels that were so interesting, that were so incredibly interesting. And I loved them because they're reminiscent of 2000, in the 2000s, like Topps Finest. It's beautiful. Let me show you an example of what one looks like here. Gorgeous card. This is Albert Pujols. I actually was thinking about going after several rainbows of the set. I loved it so much. There's so many interesting, beautiful cards. Got Frank Thomas and Roger Clemens, Justin Verlander, a whole bunch of guys. Well, ultimately, I sold off everything after buying a bunch of lots of everything and decided to stick with Pujols because he was like my favorite current player. And, I love how he plays and he's just a monster. They had two versions of this. There was an Angels version, which is a tier 1, more common. And then a Cardinals version, which is tier 3. Naturally, I had to go for the tier 3 Cardinals. And so let me kind of show you what there is. Here's the base silver refractor. There's a base card without refractor version. I don't have that one because it doesn't interest me. I don't care about that one. Then you have the red. And that's really neat. Just those two together are really cool. Gold. And I'm going out of order as far as rarity goes because this one right here is numbered out of 10. Then you have blue. Then you have something called Carolina blue. And the thing that's kind of interesting to me, guys, is, again, as I was saying before, like some of these were in, hobby packs, some were in retail packs, some were like exclusives from like the Panini website, if I remember correctly. Some had announced print runs, some had serial numbers, just a very, very cool thing. So you see there's like just this beautiful array of colors here. And it gets interesting the further we go. So you have the pink, the purple, and the green, which is gorgeous. And then you go forward, and then they start getting a little funky. You have like some kind of like a red, white, and blue. And then you have like a camo kind of thing going on. Then you've got, I don't know if these are called mojo fractors or what, but very interesting as well. Put these off to the side. Then you have these, I don't, forgive me, I don't recall all the names to them, but just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cards. Then you have the neon orange and neon green donut holes, I think these are called. I love it. What's funny is the names of these parallels kind of sold me on those, but they're beautiful. They're out of, let's see, 199 and 150, I guess. They're not difficult to get. They're fairly easy. Then one of my favorites, this is the same material that some of the card companies used in the 90s, like for the SPXs, the PMGs for 1 year. Just a really, really beautiful card. This is another one that was just another nail in the coffin where I say, what, I got to get this. Got to get into this rainbow. It's out of 35 for that one. Then you have some other funky ones like snake skin and zebra stripes. Like then you have like an X-Fractor style. This is like a sparkle. This might have been like first off the line thing. I remember this was a lot more difficult of a card to pull because I think this is from directly from the Panini site, if I remember correctly. You have this here. Again, I don't really remember what it's called. It's number out of 25. This is like a wave. It's beautiful. It really is. It's just incredible. That's numbered out of 60. This is a white something or other, and I think this is numbered out of 7. And I think this actually is the same material as the purple. Let's see. Looks very similar at the very least. I think it is the same, yeah. So anyways, that's really cool. I really like that. Then we have this right here. This is numbered out of 5. This is a gorgeous card. Like I don't know if I've seen another one pop before. And then you have the Big Daddy, the 1 of 1, which is really, really neat. It's not a superfractor because they didn't make a superfractor. It's the Panini version of what they would do. I don't remember exactly what it's called. But I knew whenever I picked this one up that, and I had several of these others already, I knew that I was onto something here. So there says 1 of 1 on the back, and I knew I just had to go after all of them. So this is back in 2019. I picked up like almost all of these in 2019. Maybe one or so in 2020, I don't recall. But then 2020 came by. I remember there was one that I had left over to finish the entire thing. 2020 came and went. 2021 came and went. 2022 came and, we're in the middle of it, obviously. The last day of Albert Pujols' career, this comes in the mail. This right here, I've never seen another one of it. It's a green retail. It's alleged that there are only 3 of them out there. I don't know about that, guys. I've never seen any of them. I've seen the Angel version a few times. I've had it a few times just as like a placeholder. This one popped and I could not hit buy it now quick enough. This is incredible. And so it's kind of fun because it's just a retail version. Obviously, you'd think that, conventional wisdom says that the 1 of 1 would be much harder to get, but it was this green one. So, and as you may or may not have seen, in the middle of me waiting to finish this rainbow, I got a little creative, and I did a few others, did a lot of others. I'd like to share this with you as well. I've shown them before, but let's go over them again here. We'll call this the Winter Fractor. You have like the snowflakes in the background. Works really well. Then you have, I don't really know what to call this one, but it was really neat. I like the colors, the refraction. I like that one too that I created. And here's another one I created. This is like an old school atomic refractor. Love that material. Then we have this here. Well, we call this the Star Fractor. I don't know, Disco Fractor. I don't know what to call this one either, but I love it. I think it's really cool. Really like that one. And then, how about a fireworks fractor? Then we have a cracked ice fractor, or I guess you just call it cracked ice, or you have tops, it'd be a newer atomic fractor. Same with this, just different colors. That green and gold, as an Ace fan, I love that. Then I have my own version of like donut hole. You know how they have the neon orange and neon green donut hole? Well, this is my rainbow donut hole version. I'll show you all three of them together here. I think they work all really well together. And then we also have the one of one version, but it's green. And let me show you what these two look like together. They're really cool together. Actually, I like the green one better. You know, I really do. I think it's really neat looking. I think they complement each other very nicely. I really do. Then we have, this is kind of like a mojo fractor thingy. I don't know. Then a rainbow version of it. I really like those. Then you have the superfractor. Yes, I did a superfractor version of this card. And yeah, I don't know. When it comes to looking at their one of one and a superfractor, I probably like theirs better. It's just fun to have like a superfractor version as well. The thing I like better than both of them is the rainbow superfractor. I think this is just spectacular. So you can see the difference between the superfractor version I did and the rainbow superfractor version. I think the rainbow superfractor version wins. I love that. Then we have, call this Blue Fire. And maybe my favorite out of all of them is going to be just this fire one. This, I think the foil is just spectacular on that. Last but not least is this one. It's got a lenticular kind of feel to it, but that's not what really makes it special. Let me show you what does. How is it that we always end up in the bathroom here? You know, it's going to happen here. There you go. Check that out. You can't tell on camera, but the lenticular kind of shows through in the glow in the dark. I wish you could see this in person because it's way better in person, but anyways, there it is. Custom glow in the dark Albert Pujols prism. This guy's always eating my 91 Donruss packs. Ugh, no. It would be an absolute crime not to take a little video of all of the glow in the dark things together here. What a cool thing. What a cool deal that these things, these guys look like together. I just really, really like this stuff here. It's kind of fun that you have like one medium along with over multiple fandoms. Very cool stuff. The claw in the middle is actually glowing way better in person than it is on camera here. But anyways, so there it is, guys. There you go. There's my little explanation and show off of some custom rainbows. Not just custom rainbows, but regular rainbows as well. So, because I didn't do any custom versions of the muscle myself or of Optimus Prime. But anyways, thanks guys for watching. I hope you all have a great day.